On Australia's business channel, this is Mediaweek.
Hello, welcome to the program. Ahead, the impact on the radio industry of a federal court ruling that online simulcasts aren't covered by existing music licences. Speculation about the future of 10 CEO James Warburton, how's the network performed in the latest ratings, and we'll get the latest on TV viewing trends, the future of TV, with Victor Coronis from Magna Global. But first, to the reports that Bauer Media is closing its struggling weekly fashion magazine, Grazia. Our co-host James Manning, the editor and publisher of Mediaweek, is here. James, what do you know?
As of when we came on air today, there's still been no official confirmation of a report in the Financial Review that Bauer was in fact closing Grazia. We'll get some on Friday this week. There'll be some official readership and circulation figures, but at the moment there's been no commentary from about the closure of the weekly fashion title.
This is obviously pretty sad news, obviously, for the employees involved. I mean, how had the magazine been faring in the latest sales and readership?
It's never really hit its stride. The earlier expectations, it's never done as well as ACP then, when it was launched, would have hoped. It did have a fairly fanatical following, if you like, but it was just probably not big enough to sustain it. And with the launch of L coming up, they would have been, fishing for advertising from the same pond. Was there enough out there to sustain two magazines? They've been out speaking to a lot of agencies about L magazine, looking for some sort of financial commitment from advertisers. If that was sort of not forthcoming to the extent they would have liked, they would have been thinking, gee, it would have been giving them some insights into how both magazines might have fared in this market.
All right, so no details yet on exactly when this might happen?
No.
All right, okay, we'll keep a watch on that.
Sure.
Just turning as well, because the final edition of Burke's Backyard is on sale.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of magazines, that's if Grazia does go, it'll join Burke's Backyard, which has been closed down. The last issue's out now. The gnome with the little hatchet in the head there is a little bit of a laugh from Burke and his team. About 32 years this brand's been around. Started as a radio show, went to TV. A decade later it started as a magazine. So it's served Don Burke and his wife and their CTC production company pretty well over the years. We think he's working on another program. Might be whether he'll be fronting it or not, but there was some sort of hints this week that they're sort of wanting to stay in the TV, so I'll get back into the TV space. And that Burke's Backyard brand, I think they'll try and keep that alive with some books perhaps, which have always done pretty well for Don, and as a digital sort of website presence.
Obviously, as you said, we're getting the latest circulation and readership data Friday this week, but we've been speaking to a few of the magazine editors recently. What's your feeling? I mean, are these two closures a sign of the state of the industry, of how tough it is, or is it just peculiar to their sort of segments?
It's a bit of both, The magazines we've had on, they've been sort of relatively niche, if you like, and sort of part of big, long-established brands, Burke's Backyard, it worked as a multimedia offering with, some radio, some TV, the online and the print. Without those other elements left to support it, like the radio's gone, the TV gone, it was hard to survive. Same with Grazia, it was still a relatively new brand in this market. It was a JV too. There were sort of several partners involved. So any profit, if it had been in profit, gets split up by the partners. So it's a lot of work for perhaps quite little return.
All right. Thanks so much for that, James.